Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hemeilia Whyte
and Ashley Billone. We are here with our last show of the semester and year.
For the semester, for the year. I'll probably be back next semester, but unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Ashley will be leaving us. The show will not be the same. I know, but let's just congratulate her.
Fun.
She graduated with honors. It's a huge thing to do here, and she's graduating early, leaving us little people here.
Oh my God, no. But yeah, it's been really fun.
I don't want to talk about it. Let's just get into our trending topics. And then we got some entertainment for you.
We have a lot of entertainment today, so we'll try to give you the full hour of nice, juicy news. So let's start here with trending topics. So, for our trending topics, at least 33 children were hospitalized after carbon monoxide incident at daycare center in New Jersey. 8 circus acrobats fell more than 25 feet from the air during an aerial hair hanging stunt. Norwegian breakaway cruise ship docks after getting stuck in Hudson River after hours. Boko Haram kidnaps more than 200 Nigerian girls and threatens to sell them. And last but not least, crisis unfolds in the Central African Republic.
We got some huge things here for our headlines today.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit going on this week, so we'll kind of go through them quickly. For the first one, this was a big story yesterday. This happened yesterday, actually, in New Jersey, and it was all over like the News 12 because it's relative to us since we're so close.
Yeah.
So the incident took place Monday morning, and 90 people were evacuated from the building. And apparently this was caused by equipment being used in work on a church next door. And they're using all these different machines and equipment, and apparently it costs a lot of like exhaust and flames. So no one was seriously hurt, which is good, although 33 children and some of the teachers were taken to the hospital, but I think mostly for like headache complaints from
there's no long-term effects in any of it. It's just,
I don't believe so, which
let's
is
cross
really
our fingers
good.
and hope,
So I'm sure we'll hear a little bit more about that in the news. Second, this was huge this week. This circus. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of a stunt that was done, I believe, in the early 90s. They were doing something like to show the birth of life or something. They were hanging off a building with no ropes. They had nothing to like help hold them to the building or whatever, and they'd done this across the country over hundreds of times, and no one has ever heard. And the lead performer, I believe his or her name was Hitaka or something like that, falls down in front of 100 and so people and dies. Like this was so familiar.
So, have you actually seen the video?
I can't watch the video.
I saw it yesterday, and it's very disturbing, because you're watching it, and then all of a sudden the clamp breaks, and they just fall. Like, it's everything is caught on tape, and at first, and they're hanging from their hair. Like, they're all in a circle on, like, this little contraption.
Yeah.
And they're all, like, hugging in a circle, but they're hanging from their hair. Like, their hair is being held by, like, these clamps. And then, all of a sudden, like, the main thing just falls, and they just drop so quickly. And at first, everyone thought that it was part of the stunt. But then they realized, I think, once people started screaming, there's a total of 15 to 25 people injured. 3 acrobats remain in critical condition.
Oh, my God.
They're claiming that the clamp snapped and failed, so they're checking that out to see what made it fail. And, yeah, people thought it was part of the act. There were about 4,000 people that witnessed this, mostly children. So
what circus group was this?
It was the Ringling Brothers in Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Okay, okay.
And the accident happened 45 minutes into the show. So, yeah, it's pretty disturbing to watch just because you see everything.
Yeah, and shouldn't they be sure that you're protecting these acrobats, because it is a very risky
it's a
stunt.
padding floor.
Yeah.
Thank God, but you're falling 25 feet by your hair.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. So I'm sure we'll hear more about that. Next one, this is just a quick thing. The Norwegian breakaway cruise.
Oh yeah.
Basically, they just were stuck in the Hudson River. Like, it was just staying there for hours.
I wonder
it
why.
was like stalling. And they were returning back from the Caribbean, and they were stuck in the Hudson River for hours. And a tugboat had to come and haul the massive ship.
Are you serious?
So,
have you noticed how many things that are going on, like, just surrounding, like, the ocean,
yeah,
the river? It just
and
makes
it's so
me now want to
weird 'cause
go.
I went on a carnival ship
Yeah, you
for
did.
spring break, and we took this exact
Route?
route. Like, we left out of Manhattan, so we left off the Hudson River, and then we came back.
Oh my goodness.
And I can't even imagine. And people were reporting that there was a lot of hostility, long lines waiting for the elevator and people cutting each other and just...
Really? Come on.
Yeah, I know. So, this next one is a big story.
Really, really big story.
The kidnap in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I watched this on the news this weekend on Saturday, or Sunday morning, I believe it was on, or Saturday night. It's really scary.
Like, to think I don't know why I'm getting into, like, Nigerian music for some strange reason. And there's one artist by the name of Wizkid, and there's another one, his name is Inyanya. So I was looking at their Instagram, and it kept saying this thing that says hashtag bring back our girls. So I'm like, what does this mean? I Google it, come to find out the Boko Haram strikes again. I don't know if you guys remember, I was talking about there was a bus bombing in Nigeria, and the Boko Haram was the suspects of it. So the girls were kidnapped from their dorms after hearing gunshots nearby. And what's so funny is that the school was closed. The school is called the Chibok Girls' School. It's an elite academy in, like, a remote area of Nigeria. So the school was closed because the Boko Haram was attacking the villages near the school, and they only reopened so that the last year students could finish their exams. So the girls are sitting in there, they could hear the gunshots and everything, and men storm inside the building claiming that they were government police or government militia, which ended up to be a lie because they cleaned out the food storage, and then they burned down the place yelling, Allah Akbar, which means God is great. And when you hear someone say that, you already know it's an extremist group. So the leader of the Boko Haram came out with a video saying, he's going to sell these girls. Why? I did further research in it. Boko Haram actually means something about it means Western education is sinful. So for them, kidnapping these girls is because it's an elite academy, as I said before. You're learning both Nigerian, African history and American and European history, and the Boko Haram is totally against that. So they're trying to make a statement.
Yeah, by taking these girls.
Yeah, it's
and
really
so
sad.
there's 276 girls that are still missing, and 2 have died from snake bites, and about 20 others are seriously ill.
It's 276 girls. How is
That's
it that the
absolutely
Nigerian
terrible.
militia cannot find them?
Yeah.
Somebody
Or
has to know
allow-
something.
Or I feel like if, in these dorms, they should have proper security.
But
and
here's the thing with Nigeria. If you know it's an elite they don't have the proper equipment.
No, absolutely
And for the
not.
past year, the Boko Haram has been attacking around that area. So, I mean, everyone's fleeing. Everyone's leaving it. So,
Yeah.
like,
And it says in the past year, they have killed more than 1,500
yeah.
people.
Their attacks are ruthless. I mean, they've been attacking innocent civilians, government officials, anyone that's in their path.
I can't even, like, I can't even fathom how the parents feel.
Exactly.
Of these girls who they're just taken, and who knows where they are. Like, it
Who
just
knows what they're doing to
breaks
them.
my heart. That's so sad.
And I mean, you think about it too. I don't know if you're into like documentaries and such on, but you have street vendors, these old women who go out, pick in the fields, and in the morning sell this to higher class people just so that they can make money to send their daughters, their children to these really
absolutely.
expensive schools, then to find out you have a missing child. It's been 3 weeks now. That just leads me on into the next story.
And,
Again,
one more thing on this story. Since it happened 3 weeks ago, and when they were being taken, they were forced to go on buses, right?
yeah, they took that. I was wondering that. How did they take them? How did no one
in
see?
in buses, because I remember actually reading an article about this a few weeks, and I just like put the two stories together because they don't really, the news doesn't really concentrate on world news like
Yeah.
that, and like really think, like if there were a few U.S. students, they'd be all over
They'd
it.
be
But
all over
since it has really no relevance to the U.S., it kind of went away, but now it's coming back. A few weeks ago, one of the girls actually escaped.
Yeah.
And she wrote, there in the article, she wrote like what was happening.
This some of the stuff that I have in here are from her.
Yeah.
She said that they were all sitting in there so scared, so frantic, and when they saw these men barge into the building, they're like, "Oh my God!" They see them in uniform. They're saying things to themselves, "Oh my God, we're saved, we're
Yeah.
saved." But then you hear Allah Akbar, you're just like, we're in trouble.
Yeah, so that's terrible. So you wanted to get into the last story?
The last story is, more crisis in Africa. This, however, is taking place in the Central African Republic. Tensions keeps rising between the Muslim and the Christians in that area. I can't pronounce his name, but their president did Jatobia or something like that. He's Muslim. The Christian, no, I believe he was Christian. The Muslims kicked him out and put their own president in there. And in the Central African Republic, there is a greater majority of Christians, and then the Muslims are the minority. So now they have all these small militia rebellious groups building up. The biggest one right now are the Seleka, the Anti-Balaka, and they're going around there killing people. Like, just, it's so sad to see what they're doing. Like, you'll be sleeping in your hut or wherever you live, and they'll come in there aimlessly killing you. You could be a family member. There's no questions asked. If they ask, "Are you Muslim?" they will kill you. "Are you Christian?" they will kill you. I mean, people are living at the airports, making shelter there, but they can't stay there for long because.
Yeah, I can't even imagine living in an area where you have to be scared all the time and just be on the lookout. I can't even imagine.
This is really sad, but let's go into.
We'll take a little break, and when we get back, we have a bunch of entertainment stuff, so we'll get into that shortly, and stick around.
Baby, when they look up at the sky, we'll be shooting stars just passing by. You'll be coming home with me tonight. We'll be burning up like neon lights. Be still my heart, 'cause it's freaking out.